Hello, my name is Natalie Sutton. Us as humans want, love, and crave connectedness, unity, validation, and conversations. Humans require social interaction. It's a necessity to keep on growing and becoming better people. However, the 20th century has brought social media into our world. And sadly, social media is trying to mimic the same type of social benefits we receive from having conversations. People seek social media as a way to fulfill their social life. But I think it's known all around that social media does have effects on your mental health. Most people nowadays know that this is true, but why do we still love, crave, and use social media every night? The Guardian, August 23rd, 2019, states that it's the bait is a feeling like we're feeling connected while we're using social media. Social media is allowing us to connect with friends, colleagues, teachers, family members that might live far away. How could this be a bad thing? It's really just making us overall connected. But let me tell you that those feelings that you get off of social media are not real and don't compare to the ones you get in real life. That's why I'm here to persuade you out of social media addiction, teach you guys what we can do to help, and inform and educate everyone on this overall crisis happening in our world. The first problem I will be addressing today is kids losing their social skills because of social media addiction. The Guardian on September 6, 2019 says, "It's not the kids' fault, however. We can't be blaming these children. They grew up into this environment and this reality of using social media." And most importantly, during quarantine, people in general, were forced to stay home, which ultimately ended up increased time of usage on people's cell phones. When they were forced to stay on their cell phones, they unconsciously developed an addiction, which is now really harming their social skills. They don't know how to have full conversations with people because they haven't practiced. Just like everything in life, being good at something takes practice. If you're always connecting with people online, you never get the same practice of having a real life conversation. For example, online, you have unlimited time to say what you want and you have no one to judge you on what you say. However, in person, you have someone standing in front of you that you have to stand in front of. It's a lot different in that situation and maybe harder for some people to think of what to say. The second problem I will be addressing today is a disoriented view of reality and overall self-consciousness and insecurities that are developing from this disoriented and false view of other people's lives. People are dissatisfied with their own lives because they're constantly comparing their lives to what they see other people doing on the internet. The Calabar Daily on June 6, 2021 states that a college girl named Nina admits to only posting the best version of herself on social media, and she says that her social media usage includes scrolling through photos to find the best one. This right here tells us that people are only posting photos of their best self, which means why are we comparing ourselves to people's best selves? We all know we can take a photo with a good angle. Doesn't mean we always look like that from other angles. The News Text blogs on April 7, 2021 states that new comparisons from your online self to your real natural self are also rising. Not only are we comparing ourselves to other people, we are comparing ourselves to our own selves. Now let me explain this to you guys. When you use Snapchat, you might have a filter on that makes your nose look smaller, your face look skinnier, and your lips look more plump. And then you take that filter off and you realize that that's not really you. But you still end up posting that photo of your filtered self. This leads up having false expectations for our own self and what we could look like. It's not fair to comparing ourselves to a better version of ourselves. We are all that we have, and we can't be doing that. The last problem I will be addressing is that social media is taking over the world's communication and taking over how people get self-validation. People are addicted and can't get off their phones, constantly craving validation through likes and the desire to connect and be involved and get the insider to what's going on in everyone's life. The Highlander on November 13th, 2017 says that cell phones are the society's source of not only communication, but information and entertainment. No matter what we do these days, we always have to go to social media. And so it's really hard for us to be able to communicate in real life because our normal basis of communication is currently solely relying on social media. The United News of Bangladesh, August 30th, 2021, tells us to say no to social media in bed. Stop endlessly scrolling on TikTok at night at 12 o'clock and stop ruining your sleep schedule for it. Stress and anxiety from this validation you receive is too much for a person to handle, and it's not right. Many scientists report that the dopamine released from validation from social media, it can't compare and is not the same from what you get with real life interactions. Fortunately, there are solutions to this problem, and we can lessen the effects of social media addictiveness. The number one way to do that is to take time off of social media. Practice self-control. And if you have trouble with that, you can set things such as screen time for certain apps, and disabling notifications. I recommend find an activity that you love and replace your time on social media with doing that, maybe writing a book or painting a picture. This will ultimately better your life and make you more productive. Overall, social media is ruining the way humans connect and giving us false realities. We need to end this to be able to have real conversations in life and to not feel depressed, anxiety, and loneliness. Thank you for listening, and I hope everyone is encouraged to get off their phones and go take a walk outside.